I'm Carrie Sherburne, Senior Editor at What They Think, and I'm here with Mark Robor from IT Strategies. Welcome.
Thank you.
We're here at Drupa 2012 in rainy Düsseldorf.
Once again.
And I'm curious, other than the sparkle, what are the top trends that you're seeing here at the show? I mean, what do you walk away with saying, wow, this is going to make a difference to the industry?
So I think there's three big trends. The first one is, as one of my friends at Fuji quotes, we're having a hard transition from analog to digital now.
Okay.
And it's hard in the sense that, yes, okay, 98% of pages are still printed using analog technology, but the fact is, in terms of equipment sales, it's all digital. And so we've hit the wall.
Okay.
So not good for the analog press guys.
Which is why they're all going digital.
Well, and some might say, you know, the announcements with Heidelberg, Komori, Manrola moving to Landa technology and so forth, it's not strategic. I mean, it's out of sense of weakness, I would say.
It's sort of a tactical, it's a reactive strategy.
They have no choice. I mean, they have to do something, and they've waited too long, and this is it. The second big theme in this entire show is we have, in the digital production space, had specialty printing for a number of years now, and it's been very high value, but niche-y, you know, photo books and so forth. And that's a wonderful business to be in. The challenge is there is going to be an upper ceiling at how much you can expand that market. There's only so many photo books somebody might want to produce, right, every year. And so, as a result, we have to get to the next level, right, of productivity in order to get more pages.
Okay.
And so the big theme here is, one, B2 size presses or half sheet size presses to get to the productivity, digital. But more importantly, what's really coming out of it, there's a sense collectively that we need to be able to print on the substrates that people want to print on. And so
what a novel idea.
That is, you know, a real significant issue, because today dry toner is physically limited to a certain amount of productivity, and I think we've more or less hit the wall there.
Right.
In fact, if you walk around the show floor, I don't think there's a single new dry toner machine in the entire show floor.
But there's a lot of liquid toner.
There's a lot of enhancements. So liquid tone obviously is one theme, and the reason for the resurgence in interest and revalidation almost is that liquid toner, you can control the particles very well, and the linear throughput speed is significantly higher as a result. So liquid toner is one way to get around the issue of substrate independence, and as you go faster, of course, that heads to costing. Second way to do it is perhaps UV inkjet, because there you also get around the issue of substrate independence. Third way to do it is with pre-coats or post-coats using aqueous inkjet. And the fourth way to do it is through hybrid technologies like nanography, where you're basically controlling the chemistry in an intermediary process before it hits the substrate. So what's the right answer? Who knows? The point is that people are paying attention to it, and it's frankly a really exciting time.
Yeah, and then and the third thing, you had three things.
So the third thing is, and you know, it's basically a reflection of the second thing, is people are still investing a lot of money in this. You know,
the manufacturers.
Yeah, we are talking, you know, HP cited $1 billion in the last 4 years. Memjet's apparently, you know, burned through 800 million, and not much to show for yet. And so this is a serious, big investment kind of business. And ultimately that then leads to the last bit of point 2.5, and that is packaging.
Okay.
Because the print industry as a whole is perceived by the outside world as basically dying. And while the page volumes, of course, are indeed going down, and it's irreversible, the fact remains that digital printing is growing, and ultimately packaging will never go away.
Right.
So packaging is the carrot that people are putting out to the world at large, saying how wonderful print is going to be. And you know, it's going to be a long, long journey. But once we get there, indeed, it will not go away. That's
right, and moving more to digital technologies.
Absolutely.
Well, that's great. Thank you. That's very insightful. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Karen.